Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 15 of the Anything and Everything podcast with Lahib,
Ahmad,
and our special guest.
Ahmed. Say your name.
Ahmad Safa.
There you go.
Before we begin, we can't forget about our sponsors. D-Spot Dessert Cafe. There's no better way to bring people together than with desserts. Where's Maya? Maya's supposed to do this. Okay, and you speak Arabic, but they reply in English. Check out Edu Techno's Speak Arabic Fun Club for ages 7 to 12. Book a trial, enroll, and watch the transformation. Luga. If you want to speak, read, or write Arabic, download Luga, where you can sit with your family within your home and challenge each other's. It's for ages 14 and up, like Ahmed and
Me and
So Ahmed, welcome to the Anything and Everything podcast, brother. So before we start, can you tell us a little about yourself?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for having me. I love you guys.
I love you
really
too, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Cute.
So my dream was to be a police officer here in London, Ontario, and eventually go on and work in the coast team, where you're dealing with majority mental health calls in London. My partner Hendrine and I, we saw the need for security who are trauma informed, who have that mental health and addiction background.
You said your dream was to become a police officer,
Yep.
and then moving forward, you went with obviously Canadian Security Solutions. Now, what inspired you to start?
Again, just the need for security who are going to step up and do something. When you're working at a lot of these vulnerable sites, and that's kind of like our bread and butter, the vulnerable sector. And when I say vulnerable sector, I'm talking about homeless shelters, like drop-ins, that type of stuff. You need someone on site who is going to do something. We don't have time to wait for emergency services to respond. So it's sort of like you're the first responder on site. Say you need EMS, right? There's an emergency, but they're too busy dealing with something that's not needed. You now have to wait, and you have a life-threatening issue right now. So if we can identify the issue and see if this person actually needs EMS, or if we can just give them a Band-Aid, that's something that we can do. So we want to, kind of find the solution and kind of deal with it ourselves. There's only so much we can do, but if we can divert them to, say, the crisis center because they're in crisis and they need to talk to someone, then that's what we want to do. Instead of backing up the emergency room, and now you got to wait an extra couple hours in the emergency room, like this is what we're doing. This is how we're making an impact in the community right now, right? So, again, there's only so much we can do. We're not equipped with as much as a police officer or a paramedic. So we just use the tools and education that we have and the experience as well. So that's pretty much it.
Now, just to make it clear for the viewers watching, when you say we, speaking of obviously Canadian Security Solutions, what is the Canadian, like how many team members do you have? What exactly do you guys do? I understand you said, we're there before paramedics. We try to like you said, at least give them like a Band-Aid by the time someone comes to actually help them. But what is the CSS?
So, we have around 100, team of 100 in just over a year and a half.
MashaAllah.
We're still, alhamdulillah, we're still pretty new, but we're experienced and we know what we're doing. And we have so many different backgrounds. Like Hendrine, mashallah, he's been a consultant and he's been through it all. Business school, Ivy, big jobs, right? So he brings his business side of things and I bring the experience part. Our guards are heroes, right? They're working the front line. Our leadership team, they make it possible. So a lot of the time, everyone kind of gives me the props, and it's not just me. It's everybody. Nobody sees what everyone else is doing. They just see what I'm doing. And I can list out a million different situations that are dealt with on the daily. When was the last time you heard of a security guard grabbing someone from in front of a bus and taking them on the sidewalk, grabbing them from in front of a train and bringing them onto the grass, putting themselves in between a knife fight, right? Guards stopping a jewelry store robbery. We don't hear about that. So these are our heroes. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
But it's kind of hard to like not take the shine away from you. You know, mashallah, bro, you're 6'7", bro.
Well, I'm 6'5". Let's
Speaking
don't
of-
gas
You're
me up
6'5".
here, right? I'm starting to blush a
Mashallah,
little
bro.
bit.
So like it's kind of hard when you go to like a site or whatever, and you're the first person we see. We see you from a mile away. You know what I mean? But you are right. Like owning like a company like that, bro. You're not you without your team.
Exactly.
Right? So
Me, I'm the marketing piece,
Yeah.
right? That's what it is. I mean, I'm known in the community, and I built connections along the way and networking and all that. But yeah, like I said, I'm the marketing piece. Everybody wants to see a big security guard that they think is gonna save the world and this and that. But the reality is, I've seen people quarter my size step up and approach someone with a weapon, and that's huge to me. I give a lot of respect for that.
So Ahmed, you still have a chance, no matter
Yeah.
your size. You can still, tackle
you guys
something.
hiring?
I think I need a janitor, bro. We'll talk about
Oh wow, janitor. That's crazy. Looks like you guys need barbers, man. What's wrong with you guys? This guy said janitor.
What's up?
Damn. Yo, I don't like this guest, man. Bring Abbas back, bro. Abbas.
Hey, what's
I
wrong with
miss you.
janitors? What's wrong with
Hey,
janitors?
nothing. No shot at janitors,
That's right.
but like, hey, I can cut your hair or something, man.
We'll talk.
I said janitor. Damn. That's crazy.
Now, Ahmed, with the CSS, what are some key challenges you've been facing as a security company in this industry today, and how does CSS act differently to these challenges?
We're expected to do so much. If you look online and you see incidents pop off, you'll always see where's security, right? You look at the comments. Why are they just standing there? And the reason is because guards are actually trained, and their role is to observe and report and de-escalate, right? If they're able to. We're not equipped, like I said earlier, to deal with weapon calls, and our guards are a little different, where we train them to deal with crisis, and we do crisis intervention. But I mean, the average security guard is they're there to observe and report. They're there to call the police and write in the duty book, right? We only have so much. Some of them don't even wear vests. So that's kind of the challenge, is we're always getting the blame. It's like, why didn't you guys do this? Or when we do something, it's like, oh, why did the guard do that? And it's like, man, like they just saved this person's life. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
So we don't expect our guards to put themselves in danger or in harm's way. Even with our recent jewelry store robbery, they did well, and they caught the one individual that you guys saw. But I told them, I kind of gave them crap for it, and I said, listen, guys, like, you guys could have been seriously hurt, and I care about them, and I don't care about $15,000 worth of jewelry. I could care less if they hold the door open and let them leave. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's the reality of it. And yeah, just to answer your question, is we get the blame for everything. No matter what we do, our intentions are always good, and that's just how it is.
Brother, we know. We've been seeing the comments. We get destroyed for nothing too.
Right?
But now let me ask you, as somebody who owns like the CSS, like a co-owner like you and Hendrian, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to see yourself, or are you guys working towards something where you guys can like have like weapons or more power to do stuff? Or do you think that's never gonna happen as a security business?
No, I mean, I have certification to train people to use batons, and we don't go through with it. Some of our sites require handcuffs. It's totally up to the client. Again, I don't like the whole baton thing or weapon use. I would rather use our words in our training, and we do a lot of scenario based stuff. So, we'll go through a night where we're like, going through the actual scenario, and practicing what we would do in that situation. Now the thing is, not every situation is black and white, so we got to kind of look at different options and variations of what could happen, right? So again, some companies focus on the handcuff and baton, use of force, defensive tactics. That's good and all, like we focus on that stuff too, but it's what's up here that's gonna help you and save you. Because if I go up to someone and I yell at them and I tell them to beat it, they're gonna get mad, and they're gonna say do something about it, or they're gonna come and swing at me. Or if it's like, hey man, I'm sorry, I gotta clear the property right now. I'll give you about 5-10 minutes. Is that cool with you? I'm like, sure, man, no problem. You know, there's no need for it. There's no need for the batons and the weapons.
Yeah.
You know, just use your words. Be nice. Obviously, there's times where being kind doesn't work, right? Like that 1%. But you know, that's why we have emergency services, and that's when we'll call them, right? So get to safety, get inside, do what you got to do. Again, we practice these situations, so they're safe on the job.
When I didn't think you can get more perfect, you just get
Stop
more perfect.
it.
Bro. This guy said be kind. Like,
You want
so
to sit
cute.
next time?
Huh?
Listen,
Yeah. I'll
listen.
switch spots.
Valentine's Day's on Friday, bro.
Yeah, I got you. I'm off Friday
Okay.
too.
It's like,
Sorry, man. We just made it awkward for you, eh? Did you hear this guy, bro? Like, be kind and be nice with your words. Like,
yeah, you know.
other people, bro. If it was me, I would never tell them. "Wait, do something about it."
You
How
would never.
I probably look bigger than him on camera though.
I really doubt that, bro. Bro, I'm trying to stand up as much as possible, trying to stay away from the camera, bro. I'm trying
Back up
anything
a
I
little
could do.
bit, yeah.
Okay, so Ahmed, for the viewers watching, not everyone, including myself, know how the process of hiring a security company is. If I have an event and I want to hire you guys, what's the process? How easy is it? Things like that.
It's pretty easy. You just kind of reach out. Usually, I'll get the call, and somebody will call me and say, "Hey, we're looking for 1, 2, 3," and then I'll kind of just take it back, grab their information, and I'll, you know, reach out and say, "Here's what we have. This is what we have to offer." We usually stay away from events that deal with alcohol and stuff like that. We kind of we'll jump on anything community based, right? Any community involvement, any volunteer opportunities, charity events. We'll jump on that stuff. I've done bouncing. I've done events that include alcohol over the years, and it's just not what I want to deal with. The liability is there, and it can get messy. So our bread and butter is the vulnerable sector, right? Commercial properties, factories, all that stuff. That's where we want to kind of be at.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty easy to inquire for security, and we do other stuff like alarms and cameras and stuff now as well, which is also picking up, alhamdulillah, which is really doing really good. So we'll pretty much take on anything.
So Ahmed, wow, that sounded weird, bro. You know, I've known you for so long. I just call you Safa.
You can call me Safa, man.
I know,
it's
just
your podcast.
trying to be professional.
Fair enough.
Ahmed, Ahmed.
I got you.
But yeah, anyways, I don't care. Safa, security is often seen as just as surveillance or enforcement, right? But your company focuses on compassion and community engagement. Like, why is that important?
To be honest with you, there's so much ugliness in this world. So if we can shine some light in someone's day and just kind of change their mind on someone in a uniform, it's a big deal. A lot of these people that we deal with have had some type of bad interaction with someone in uniform. So if we can approach someone with kindness and compassion, it's a big deal, and it will give someone a new look on someone in uniform, which is really nice. If I can sit here and think of a million stories where, when I first started in shelter versus now, the amount of people who once hated security now love security, and the amount of times they backed me up working the front line is insane. And when you're out there and there's 10 people around you, and you don't know who has your back and who doesn't, that one person you were kind to is going to step up and say, "I got you." And it's happened to me a million times. So I've had times where people come from other cities and they try and start something with me, and I literally have 8, 9 people around, and these people are living on the streets, right? And they're telling that dude, "Hey, back off. This is not a guard you want to mess with. Like, you don't know this guy, 1, 2, 3. So it's nice, just to build that rapport. But if they see that I'm trying to help them and I'm trying to do, make the community a better place, that's going to help me, and it's going to help everyone else. So it's just a win for everybody. Why create more work for yourself? Just shine light in someone's day. You know what I mean?
Sounds, yeah.
See?
That's what you need to do. You know, because every time you see someone with a bad haircut, you're like, "Hey, bro, like, who gave you that haircut, bro? Your hair sucks."
Wrong, bro.
That's what you need to do. You know, you need to share some love.
No.
Because one
but
day,
like,
me and him are gonna run at you with a pair of scissors and just shave your head off.
No, but listen, I do that to build like clientele.
That
You know,
doesn't
be like,
build
I'm trying to
anything.
build myself. Be
That
like,
makes
yo,
me
I
want
can
to
give
stay
you a better
away.
haircut.
That makes
it
me want to
doesn't.
stay away from you. It's like, no,
Nah,
man, you know.
no.
Yeah, I have this.
Well, if I'd said,
I have a tip for you. Just hand someone a business card and say, "Hey, I cut hair."
I
I got you, bro.
that's all you want me to say?
Business 101.
That's it?
Yeah,
You give it
exactly.
to Hold on, business online. Noted. That's it. I got
Yeah,
you.
smile
Yeah.
too. Like, don't make fun of people's hair because you want them
Yeah.
to come to you.
No, like I don't do it to
It
rant.
doesn't work that way. End of discussion. We're done. We don't need an explanation here. So Ahmed, can you share a story with us where the CSS made a significant impact on the community or a difference in the community?
Yeah, like I said before, we.
It's such a sorry to cut you off, but that's such a security pose, eh? He's so force of
not-
habit. Eh?
none of us are
That's
gonna
also
draw
another
one,
bad
bro.
body language.
Don't worry, none of us are gonna steal anything. Right
Yeah, I know. Maya, you're safe. Don't worry. We got you the security.
Where were we again?
Whatever you want.
What were you asking me?
We said, can you share a story where the CSS made a significant difference in the community?
Yeah, I mean, we deal with stuff on the daily. We help first responders on the daily. I told you about the queues. Waiting in the queue. Police have 50 queues in the call. So us just dealing with situations right then and there instead of picking up the phone and calling 911 for literally everything. That's a big impact on the community because now you don't have to wait when you're going through something severe. You're not waiting for that call while they're dealing with someone else that doesn't need to be dealt with. Not only that, our guards are support workers and they're basically social workers in some areas. We have supportive housing units, right? Big buildings that that house 50 people, and we're dealing with high acuity people. High acuity can be a little bit more problematic in the community, and these are people who can end up in the hospital wait rooms more, or they may be calling EMS every 30 seconds because they're cold, or whatever the case is, right? No, and it sucks, right? And it's terrible, but we're housing these people with our partners, and we're working with them to get the help they need, right? And we're dealing with so much. It's like these guards never signed up for this. They're dealing with it because they want to make a positive impact and help keep these people housed, right? So you now have people who are on the streets smashing glass. Again, 300 calls to the emergency room a year. It's a huge impact and it's a huge difference. So I'm very proud of my team for that. And that's just one thing out of the hundreds of impacts that we do on the regular. So
Yeah, no, and it's amazing. And as people living in London, Ontario, we've obviously been seeing that. Like,
for sure.
For example, White Oaks Mall. I think the presence of CSS there at White Oaks Mall has made a lot of people feel a lot safer than before that. Me myself, I have nieces and nephews that used to go to White Oaks Mall
Yep.
from a while before, you guys took over, and there always used to be fights and things like that, and it always felt unsafe to have them there. And me knowing you personally, and that goes back to your engagement in the community, made me feel a lot safer, made my family feel a lot safer, we can send the kids there, Ahmad Safa, CSS, they're there, you shouldn't feel danger or anything like that. So no, it's, mashallah, no, you guys have been doing a great job,
Thank
and very proud. I don't think I can say anything else. The guy's too huge. I can't say anything wrong. No, it's perfect. You know what? You guys are doing great. You know what I mean? It's
Stop making me blush, man. And just to touch on that, again, it goes back to my guards and the intentions that they bring in, them wanting to help, because they're only expected to do so much, like I said. But, these guards want to do something, and they want to be out on the floor, and they want to make people feel safe. And that's what makes them different than... it's not all companies. You have some companies who have guards who, step up and they go above and beyond or whatever the case is. Our guards can sit around, do their patrols, do whatever they, but they're not making change. They're not, like you said, it's night and day from, the previous company that was there. And that's because our guards want to help people. That's what it is.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that difference because I used to work in White Oaks Mall before they got there.
Yeah.
The security there, was terrible. They would literally do nothing.
I think your presence at White Oaks Mall will just make people feel unsafe, regardless of
Yeah.
what type of security company is there, Ahmed.
Facts. Okay.
And you know what? Not to bash the guards with the other company or bash the other company or anything. They just may not have the same amount of training or attention that we do, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's probably what the case was, right? But I'm just saying, from what I've seen,
100%.
right?
No,
I'm not trying to bash anybody.
Yeah, no, of course.
But you guys are killing it, man.
Yeah, thank you.
But now, just a little like on topic, but off topic. But
Yeah.
like, have you ever had an encounter with someone where like there's a situation happening, and you just walked up and you haven't done anything yet, but you just walking, scare them away, or do they just like give
Yeah.
up or like?
Yeah, a million times. I mean, I have a benefit, right? Like it's human nature. I'm a big dude. It helps me out, right? It de-escalates situation without me breaking a sweat. There have been many times where people have been waving a hammer or an axe or trying to smash a window, and I walk up and they walk away. I don't have to say a word.
I figured, bro.
It's nice, it's kind of funny, but it's just like some people don't have that, they don't have that. They don't have that benefit. So, there are people quarter my size who have to put in extra work and they, may have to do extra training or, you may want to participate in a martial art like jiu-jitsu or something where, you got to have your own back sometimes. You don't always have backup.
Yeah.
I can take someone on no problem versus someone who's a little smaller than me. They, if they go one-on-one with somebody, they're not always going to win. So I always encourage people to practice some sort of self-defense. We can only do so much as a company, right? But on your own time, practice self-defense, jiu-jitsu, whatever you can do. Because the seminars that we do in defensive tactics and use of force, it's not, 1 or 2 sessions every couple months is not going to do anything for you. So,
Yeah, and that leads to my next question. Like, what qualities do you look for if someone wants to join the CSS?
for CSS, you want to be a part of us. You need to have a good heart. That's all. That's what I look for in you. When I'm bringing you on, I ask you questions that are not, it has nothing to do with your resume. Your resume is nice. It'll be nice to see what kind of experience you have, but it's the person you are, and are you coachable? Can I coach you into being a great security guard? But before that happens, I need to make sure you're a good person. You have good intentions. You're there to help people. Because if I bring someone on who wants to just beat on people, that's not what we're about, and you're gone. So you don't need that much experience. You just honestly need to be a good person.
Okay. So are you able to, because you said that, it just, brought an idea to my head. Are you able to interview Ahmed? Let's say Ahmed wants to join the CSS right now. Can we do a little interview between the two of you guys?
Sure.
All right, say less.
Perfect. Okay, let's start.
Hey, how you doing? My name's Ahmed.
Hey, how's it going? I'm on.
Good. Oh, nice to meet you,
man.
Nice to meet you.
So what brings you here? Why do you want to be a security guard?
Honestly, I've been seeing what you guys are doing, part of the community, and I love to help people. I want to make a difference. I want to be that change with you guys, and I'd love to be a part of this team.
That's fantastic. That's what I want to hear. What's your end goal? How can we help you get to your end goal? Do you want to get into policing? Do you want to stick in security or?
Honestly, my goal is to be a police officer.
Okay.
But because I know it's very hard to get into that field sometimes. As long as I'm doing something to make a change to help people, I'm okay with wherever I go. I just want to grow.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you know a little bit more about CSS and what we do. We're a little different than other security companies, right? We have a little bit more compassion and patience, and we want to work on building rapport. And we do things a little differently. We focus more on the mental health. We want a trauma-informed approach, right? We're dealing with people who, if we're dealing with someone, they've probably gone through something bad. So we want to approach it a little differently. It's a little more softer. So does that work for you? Is that what you're looking for?
Of course, because to be part of that change, all you have to do is change one person's mood or make them have a good day, and it could it cannot. You're putting more pressure on me. Yo, chill out. Yo, chill out. You're not here in the interview right now, man.
Okay, I'm not here.
Cut that out.
I'm not here.
Yeah, I do want to be a part of that because all it takes is, for one person to change someo's life. You give them one, Yo, I'm trying to get a job here, bro. Chill.
One good act of kindness
One good act of
Yeah.
kindness
to change someone's.
to change someone's life, and I want to
Hey.
be that guy.
Awesome. That's really nice. Can you tell me about a time where you dealt with somebody difficult and what did you do about it?
Yeah. So in the field, I was selling phones one time. You know, people came, you know, just throwing racist stuff at me. You know what I'm saying? So I just sat there and I told them like, hey, I'm sorry that you're going through this. I just trying to change their mood. You know, listen, you might have your opinion on people or whatever, but that's not me. I want to show you that we're not all like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank
Very
you.
Good.
So, am I hard?
Honestly, yeah, I think you have potential. I think we can bring you on. You know, we'll do some coaching with you,
Yeah.
and we'll get you started.
I'm also 6'4".
You're fired.
Okay. I tried.
That's nuts.
Oh, that's crazy. But Ahmed, aside from the CSS, how does it feel to be your own boss? Or, you know, you have a partner, yes, but
For
you're
sure.
technically your own boss.
It's nice to be. I think of myself more of a leader, not a boss. So, you know, there's a lot of guards that come into our company and join our team. They've dealt with, you know, past employees, and they weren't taken care of like they should have been, right? Like these are quality people. These are leaders that you have on your team, and you're losing them because you're not giving them the support they need, or giving them the recognition and everything else. So, to be able to lead this group with Handreen and take care of them, and you know, guards aren't paid what they should be. So, you know, we want to give them the best experience possible, and we want to put them in the best position possible, in the safest position possible. So, to be able to do that as a leader, is the nicest thing. You have the ability to do things for people, whereas you know, if I was in a different position, you know, as a police officer, like I mentioned, I can help people, but I can help more people by doing this, whether it's my own staff members, my own teammates, or people living on the streets, you know, working the front line. I can help people a lot more this way. So, you know, we try and take care of our guards like family, right? We want to put them in the best position possible, and to be able to do that is fantastic.
Now, you said police officer. Like, is police officer like off the table for you now, or is that something you'd still want to do like down the road?
Honestly, it's been a dream for me, being a part of the London Police Service specifically. You know, it's been maybe 10 years now, just over 10 years. It's always in the back of my mind, but I think I have more. I can make more of an impact this way, if I can train guards to deal with things properly on the streets. It will make more of an impact. I don't think I have the time for it. I have a big team to focus on, right? So I got to make sure that they're taken care of, so that they can take care of me, basically, right? So I'm not successful unless they're successful. Right?
Facts. Now, sorry, just another follow-up question. Because I know a lot of people who try to go into businesses with their friends,
Yeah.
and like it never like succeeds because like, you know, they clash, or like they're worried about, you know, who's gonna get paid this, whatever. Now, when you opened this business up with your boy, did any of that like, was that any of that on your mind? Did you think of that, or did that not matter? Because you and Handreen have been friends for a while, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Since high school. So
Yeah.
I've been approached by a few people before Handreen and I came to a partnership. And it just, I couldn't see it, right? It didn't make sense to me, because I knew the type of person Handreen was, and, you know, what he brings to the table. That helped me decide on who I wanted my partner to be as well. And just like him, right? He knew the type of guy I was. So it really helps when you know the person, and you have to be able to figure out how to balance and separate the personal and the business side of things, right? You know, if something doesn't go well, you know, in the business side of things, we make sure it stays on the business side of things, and we don't bring it into our friendship. You know what I mean? So, you know, he's a great guy, and he's mature, and, you know, I respect him. So there's always respect between us. And whenever there's a problem, we bring it up and we talk about it like adults, and we don't let emotions get in the way of things. So him and I are able to balance it out and separate things when they need to be separated. And, again, just keep it business, strictly business. And he knows that there's going to be times when, I'm going to be a part of things. And I know there's times where he's going to be a part of things, right? Him being the CEO, I'm the COO. Sometimes the CEO gets a lot of recognition. And, me, he kind of took a step back and said, listen, I know you're going to be the face of the company, 1, 2, 3. I'm totally okay with it. And I respect it, right? Because, like I said before, a lot of the time I get the spotlight and it's not just me. It's a team of 100 behind me.
Yeah.
So, but behind Hendrine and myself. So, us leading the way, we've had no issues. And, inshallah, it keeps growing stronger and stronger. And, it's working very well.
No, Ahmed, that's great to hear. Now, I do think you are the perfect person to just to do this message, or for me to ask this question. But as someone that always had a dream of becoming a police officer and then moved on from that dream, you kept it at the back of your head, but you moved on and opened your own company, security company. We have a lot of viewers that, they're lost. They're still, they still didn't get to college. They still didn't get to university. They're not sure what they want to do. What message do you have to people like that at home?
That's a great question. If I look back, I want to say about 6 years ago, I was in my basement. I didn't have a job at the time. 400 pounds. I was pretty depressed. Just gaming every night, whatever the case was. I didn't see myself in a big position. I thought I'd maybe work like a, low paying job. I knew at some point I would try and figure it out, but in that moment, 5, 6 years ago, I was stuck, and I was like, I don't know what I'm good at. I'm not a school person. I was bouncing at the time. You guys know I used to be a bouncer, so that's all I really had. And I kind of sat down and thought about, what do I want to do for the rest of my life? And, I said, okay, I like the security field. I like to help people, right? That's what it was. It was fulfilling. I like to help people. I was like, okay, maybe policing, will be something similar to this. So I took police foundations and, I went through with that and I loved it. And my mindset, my attitude changed. And I had great instructors. So they kind of guided me on the right path. And from then on, my health started getting better. I lost, the 150 pounds at the time.
Yes, sir, you did.
And, COVID hit and all this and that. And basically when COVID hit, I was kind of like, okay, I can either drop the weight or, go above 400 pounds, which I didn't want. I had obstructive sleep apnea and health problems, and my ankles were swollen and this and that. I was pushing 4XL. So it was a tough time. But when I started working out and I just finished school, things started coming. And, I always had Dean, right, in the back of my mind. And, I wasn't I wasn't very religious or anything like that. I was never, the perfect Muslim or whatever the case is. But I always had, hope and Dean, right? So that's kind of what kept me going as well. And, knowing that something good was going to come, I just had to be patient and work towards it. So, yeah, like I said before, I was stuck and I kind of got out of that hole. And, I had good intentions. I wanted to help people. And, I started getting experience in the vulnerable sector, in social work and whatnot. And I didn't have an education in it. But, a lot of my experience was seen. It was noticed by other agencies and they took me in. And I was very surprised because like I said, I didn't have an education in this stuff. So, they're all like, oh, it doesn't matter, 1, 2, 3, like, you have the right approach. And I'm like, okay, I'm just I'm a security guard. I don't know what, now I have different views as a security guard. I'll never say I'm just a security guard because security guards deal with so much, right? But going back to what I was saying, I was getting experience in the social sector and, that kind of opened up CSS because we saw the need and the desperation in the community. And we knew that people had agencies and businesses to run, and they couldn't do it without security. So, you know, police can only be called so much. And, you know, now, thankfully, London got a good budget, so we have a lot more officers out in the street. But if we look at a few years back, we had some of the lowest amount of officers per capita. So that's why we saw, you know, 3 or 4 days for an officer to respond to a call. And now they're killing it, and they're responding within, you know, maybe a couple hours for lower end calls. But, you know, I heard of some incidents where there were weapon calls and they were responding 24 hours later. And there's only so much they can do with the amount of officers they have on the street. So,
Right.
you know, we saw the need for, hey, we need action. We need someone to, you know, on site to do something now, right? And me working in shelter before, being that person to respond to these incidents, and then people seeing the way I interacted with other people was like jaw-dropping to them, because they saw someone in a uniform that was kind and compassionate, and, you know, they had empathy. So it was it was just different in everyone's eyes. So I was okay, we have something here. Andrea and I kind of talked about it, and we're like, whoa, like, and I tell him all the time about what I deal with and what goes down in the shelters. And you know, that's when he kind of stepped away and said, you know, I want something more fulfilling. You know, I think we have something here. And we kind of discussed a little bit more, and you know, that's kind of what is the CSS. But yeah, going back to what you were saying is, you know, no matter how stuck you are, you got to keep pushing and try and find the light and find your way out, because it'll come. Your intentions just have to be there, and it also helps to, you know, believe in God and have your deen, right? So
It's gotta have faith.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Great.
And it's amazing, and I just realized that you guys were recognized as the #1 security company in Canada.
that's right.
And how does that make you feel? Obviously, like, your team is a big, like, part of it. Obviously, it's not just yourself,
That's
but
what
how
it
does that
is.
make you feel?
It feels great. Sometimes, you know, I'll think about it, and I'm just like, is this real? You know, because like I said, I look back 6 years later, and I'm like, I never thought this would happen, right? So, to be in this position at least. But again, it goes back to our team. They're the ones who are putting in the work every day. They're the ones saving lives, right? Dealing with the overdoses every day. You know, stepping in front of the weapons every day and whatnot. So it's great. We're so proud. I mean, we've only been around for not even 2 years now. So we've won 2 awards now, which is really nice. And, you know, we also thank our community for it as well, because they vote us in and they support us. And, you know, it's nice.
It's amazing. Inshallah, another 100 years to go and more awards to go onto the plaque, bro.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
One more question I have for you. What do you think of Ahmad Hussein?
This guy?
Yeah.
Can we cut the camera for this one?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
no?
it's not
Nah,
recording.
keep the
It's
cameras
not-
rolling.
it's not
Keep the cameras
recording right
rolling.
now. It's not rolling right now. What do you think of this guy?
He's a good dude. You know, I've known him for a long time.
I've known him my whole life,
Yeah.
basically, bro.
Yeah.
Wallah.
I asked him, not you.
I
Okay.
don't care.
Listen, he's talking to this Ahmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
That's Ahmed Hussein. That's Ahmed.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he has his days, right?
Yeah.
You know, he might need a little haircut here and there, but honestly, he's a good dude. I got love for him. And
My guy. Habibi,
my
bro.
baby, bro. No, we're always here for each other. So
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Wallah, we're not like that friendship that, like, we talk every single day and we, like, you know what I
No.
mean? But, like, we check up on each other here and there, and
Yeah.
it's nothing but love always.
that's right. You
And
know, I
wallah.
know he's always there if I ever need him, or
100%.
you know, vice versa.
Yeah,
And you know, I'm completely fine with that. So,
my guy. Habibi, bro.
So if I use him as a reference to apply to the CSS, would you
You would probably not get hired.
not
That's
get hired?
That's because of the interview today. That's
Oh,
why.
okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's not anything else, bro.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. That was a terrible interview. When you get married?
Huh?
When you get married?
We're gonna
Yes.
cut the cameras.
Oh, yeah.
We're not gonna talk about when are you getting married, buddy?
Yeah. I just had that question, actually. I was going to ask you.
I'm in the same boat as you guys.
Yeah.
You know, I know we're all trying here, and you know, inshallah it comes. And
Inshallah, brother.
that's it, man.
How
Ladies.
old are you now?
I turn 30 next week.
Inshallah. Everybody better wish him a happy birthday, okay? Ladies,
So-
he's turning 30. He has his own business, mashallah. He's doing well for himself. He cares about people. He's kind. Don't look at me.
You're the wrong guy to talk to the ladies.
No,
You
I don't care.
Lahib, the
Like-
lady lover.
I have nothing.
Lady lover Lahib. You know, that's what it is.
Okay, I'll just sit and go.
Astaghfirullah.
Unplug my mic. Take
Ladies.
it off. I don't want to talk anymore.
Ladies,
Go.
listen to Baba Lahib.
Baba Lahib.
You know,
Why'd your voice
That's
get like
crazy.
that?
That's
50
crazy.
shades, 50 shades of Lahib. Oh, man.
so we have Ahmad Safa. You know, he's a great guy. You know, I don't worry. If anybody asks me, I'll let them know. I don't really like talking good in front of people's faces, wallah, but we'll do it for the camera.
That's crazy.
No, wallah, I don't like to talk good
Yeah.
about someone in front of them. It feels fake, but wallah, it's not. Wallah, this is what I say behind your back. You know, ladies, listen, he's a very religious guy. He's a hardworking guy. He's strong. I can't say anything else, you know. Beat me up. He's a great guy, you know. If any lady is looking for a husband, you know, DM him. What? Yeah, question for you. If a girl hits you up, how would you feel?
Normal.
I'd
She's shooting a shot. That's it. Just
Gotta respect that.
be an adult. Be mature. Just respect it. Like,
That's
You
it.
see, he's a normal guy.
Yeah.
He's not psychologically not all there like Lahib. You know, if you hit me up, I'll block you. So hit him up.
that's
You know,
terrible.
hit him up. He's a great guy. You know, we gotta find him a wife soon. We need to depki. We need to have
Inshallah.
you know a sala and everybody in the
You
depki. So
gonna carry me on your shoulders?
huh?
You gonna carry me on your shoulders?
Cut. Yeah, we're gonna carry him. We are gonna carry him on our shoulders
Who's we?
as a community.
Oh yeah, 100%. We always put him on our head.
Yeah, no, inshallah,
love this
man.
guy.
No. So I like nothing.
Nothing, man. Nothing right now.
Nothing in the books.
No, when it comes, it comes.
That's
you
it.
know, whatever's neceived. You know.
So we're spending Valentine's Day alone.
No, we're talking after the camera.
Yeah. Ahmed and
I got
can
you, bro.
talk a little
Don't worry
bit.
about it, man.
There's a new Captain America movie. We'll
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about.
So
100%.
I'm the only one okay. All right.
Anyways, before we end this off, I know you said you like to do a lot of work in the community. Do you have anything coming up in the community that, like, you know, people that are watching in London that want to come, like, see you guys in action kind of thing? You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
See how you guys are doing?
Yeah, we take a lot of charity events, like I said before, and we have the Life After Death boxing tournament next weekend. Shout out Judah. And then the week after, we have the Hoops for Humanity basketball tournament.
Shout out Billy.
My boy Billy.
Come
Wallah,
on,
Billy's a
man.
great guy.
Wallah,
I
yes.
love Billy.
That's my guy.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then throughout the year, we'll kind of hear more. Usually in the summertime, we'll get a lot of that stuff. Ramadan festivals and whatnot we'll be at. So yeah, inshallah, it's a good year, and we'll involve ourselves any way that we can.
Inshallah. Brother.
Inshallah. Well, Ahmed, it was a great pleasure to have you as a guest on the Anything and Everything podcast, man. We wish you guys all the best. If you guys don't already follow Canadian Security Solutions on Instagram, you should go and check them out. They're a great team.
Thank you.
They also have a great social media manager, I
I
heard.
heard that
I'm not
as
too
well.
sure about
I
that.
heard
but
that as well.
Yeah, they're good.
I heard that. Yeah. She cares about
Okay.
them. Don't forget the sponsors, man.
Shout out to our sponsors, D-Spot Dessert Cafe, Edu Technos, and Luga. And shout out to Canadian Security Solutions and Ahmad Safa for joining us today. Ahmed, would you like to tell her?
Yeah. make
Ahmed
sure-
has a message
like,
for you
comment,
guys.
You know the
Hold
problem.
on, why aren't people subscribing already?
I don't get it,
I
bro.
think that's the problem here.
Yeah.
I don't
That should not
understand.
that should not even be a question.
Thank you.
Make sure you're subscribing to these guys.
Yeah.
Killing
And
it.
if you don't, he's coming for you.
That's right.
100%.
Come on.
That's right. They're calling CSS.
Yeah. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Please hit that bell so you guys can be notified when we post. Ahmed, like we said again, brother, wallah, it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
We had a
Appreciate
blast. We learned a lot. Obviously, hopefully, everybody out there watching learns as well. And hopefully, you know, your phone keeps ringing, brother. You know, for
Inshallah.
both work and for girls. Who knows? We can't be upset with both. We'll see what happens.
Inshallah,
But
inshallah.
Inshallah.
I think that's it, right, Lahib?
Perfect, yeah.
There you go.
Good to go.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
Peace.